Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All right. So, a lot of people keep asking, when am I coming back to ESO? Am I ever going to come back to ESO? Am I going to do content for ESO? And the answer, more than likely, is no, no, and no. The game is dying. It's being, like, funneled into this pit of an abyss. And today I'm going to get into why the game is in the shambles it's in. Let's take out performance issues. Just throw it out the window. Right? Just like we're going to exclude performance problems currently. And I'm going to use a bunch of people. I'm just putting ESO PvP builds. We'll filter them by a month. And as you can see, I already have it. This month. And I'll go through a bunch and we're going to see a trend. And I'm like, Zai's my boy here. So, I think there's only one or two content creators putting out unique builds, but they'll even disclose this is not optimal for like trial scenarios. And that's just the facts, Jack. It's the facts. Right? Because what's end up happening, as much as the classes can have a secondary set, primary sets are pretty relevant with what's occurring in the theme of Elder Scrolls Online. And one second, I thought I had that up. Oh, I do. Oh, okay. But it's the problem. It is the problem. And like my boy Zai here, he always comes up with some stuff, but look, Relic Queen.
Output kind of stagnated with the extra 301 weapon damage and was pretty good.
And Zai's a good player. He's not going to lie.
With no choice
He's going
but
to
to
try
move back
everything
home
out
after college.
just to see if he can
They
pull
thought
off
he'd be
something
a little
else,
more-
and he will.
But because this still escalated, that very strong damage over time ability, which did get boosted up again from the first week of PTS when it was being tested, this actually outperformed on this build. Other builds, not so much. It was a little bit lower, but this did really, really skyrocket the DPS. Now, if you don't have access to these, just get 2 crit bonuses, minus Slayer, and every stack of wind that you apply to the target. So every 1 second, your light attack or heavy attack will add another.
Relic Queen. Okay, let's go to... this was about 4 weeks. I imagine this will be Scoria. I'm not sure.
How did you do that?
Then 60. And then it also applies a ability, which gives everyone 8% increased damage to that target. That is not why we're using a set. That is the free bonus we're getting from it, just because we can.
That's a good set.
The rest of the time, we have... This is here
Fallible
for
Ether.
of course.
That's
Remember,
a good setup
rid of the
too.
budgie just in case. And this is much, much easier to... Annoying.
So one's running up on Scoria. Not Scoria, I mean... Let's see if I can find another content creator that shouldn't have it, but let's easy stamp sort guide 91 easy rotation dragon hold. Don't even know who this guy is.
Hi, my name is Skinny Cheeks, and this will be my Stamsork PvE Reliquin 5-piece Locust D's with the
perfected. Go figure. Boy, man, that's original. Let's find something else. Let's see what this douchebag's got.
Although level cool. Case do not. You basically will have less Stagnant, will give you some magic or soul split skills. You want to keep in mind here right away. It's a pretty decent dodge.
Scoria right
The
there.
trouble with dynamic rotation is, and that is the entirety of the rotation there. So again, dynamic.
There it is, the Scoria. All right. Scoria.
Earn your degree faster at Purdue University
Scoria.
Global. With over 175 online.
Necropotence. Necropotence. Sorrow. Okay, that's pretty standard still too. All right. It's always the same shit. It's what I'm trying to tell people. The diversity's out, right? The diversity's gone. It's gone. It's sucked to death. ESO is the new Sims. Laugh out, all good for its housing. Right. Absolutely, Frey. Absolutely. It's the same shit. Here's the problem. What's killing ESO? And let me say this. What point, what purpose do you have to do any new dungeon, any new content in the game when the sets are shit in comparison to what's out? Stat stacking is real, and that's what it's based on. It's no longer trying to diversify unique builds that give viability. No. That's gone. It's all about get the perfected, get in, and get the fuck out. Get the weapon that literally, there's no more debating. Debating's a good thing in a game, with a game like this. World of Warcraft and most MMOs are linear, right? It's a progression system. You're doing the content to get the next set, to get to the next dungeon, to get the next set, to get to the next dungeon. Besides doing dailies for some random perks, most people don't do old content in MMOs. They don't. And in ESO, the problem now is nobody's doing the new content. Fuck the old content. Nobody's doing the new ones. And that's cutting their throats. Why? Because the game was designed so people could go ahead and acquire new gear to potentially make new builds and try to keep it diversified. But nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. It's like, what's the point? It's the same sets, expand DLC after DLC, chapter after chapter. It's the same shit. There's nothing that's making it unique. I give it up to the content creators for pushing the envelope, right? To try to find something that gives a little diversity. But at the end of the day, that's what's killing the game. It's killing it. So take performance, throw it out the window, and what do you got left? You got shit. Excuse my French. You got crap. You got bumpkiss. You got nothing substantial to lean on. And the game is slowly whittling down. Even the numbers by the content creators, even some of the ones that are way more established, their numbers are dwindling. Not huge, by 20%, 15, 20%, but it's slowly trickling down. The game's not ramping up, it's throttling down. And why is that? Because, like I said, despite performance, incentive has been lost. It's been taken away. Crafting used to mean something in Elder Scrolls, right? The way you could manipulate the numbers could go towards your advantage in crafting, or building a unique build or template for your character. But then we just see the same thing. We see the same skills. We see the same sets, just a different name plastered. And I do give it up to some of the content creators. My boy Zai, he's going to try everything. He's going to try to put out the most unique build that he possibly can, but he's not going to debate what's going on. Sherman tries to come out with the most unique builds and will stipulate this is not for this purpose. It's not intended for this purpose. So now we're all put into this little pot. Like, what was fun, what made Elder Scrolls unique and fun for me was literally trying to challenge myself to keep competitive for casual players. That's what I was. That's what kind of content creator I was. It was like, come out with a build that's easily accessible and can compete and keep up there with all the hype. Because the hype was just that. It's always just hype. Because if you could work your numbers, you were solid. But now, since the introduction of perfection, what is there left? There's nothing. So when you acquire this gear, what's left? Nothing. There's nothing left. There's nothing that's motivating players to try the new content, to they'll just skip it. They'll just plug in and say, okay, is it Scoria and Reliqueen this update? What's on the Sork? What's this? Okay, I already got it. Don't need to do anything. Monster set, I might get it. Skin, I guess. But other than that, nothing. It's about, like you said, it's about the housing. It's all about the things that don't incentivize players to play anymore. I had friends who played every day. Every day they would play Elder Scrolls Online, regardless of its performance, regardless of its issues, because they wanted to get a set. They wanted to put a build together. They wanted to try things to see if they could put something together that was unique to their play style, right? And that's what we did. We always had conversations over what type of build and what functionality it had. That's what made Elder Scrolls compelling. And it gave purpose to the game. It fit the game's mantra very well. But now it's like they went on a linear system. And think about this. They're like, well, why is World of Warcraft doing so good if it's linear? Because it has lockouts, right? You can only raid once a week. That's it. You can raid once a week. So if you can get a piece once a week, well, you just did something good. If you can get 2 pieces in a month, wow, that's damn good. But you can literally farm an entire set in Elder Scrolls in 3 days tops. So once somebody's acquired their gear, well, now what do? What's left? Crafting? Why craft? Gather mats? I guess. PvP? Okay, but what incentives to PvP now? These are my points. This is why Elder Scrolls is dying. It's dying. It slit its own throat. It appealed to the niche, and I do mean niche, because there were more casuals and more dungeon dwellers than there were trial players. And trial players, that's fine. If you want to be a trial player, that's cool. That's awesome. You know, it should have some incentives and some perks, but it shouldn't be the absolute in a game like Elder Scrolls. Because once you make it an absolute, it deters anybody from playing any other content. And that's my point. So why is Elder Scrolls dying? Go through YouTube. Look at the builds. You'll see a pattern. No matter what content creator you go through. Like this dude. I don't even know what this dude is. Let's see if he's got Mother's Sorrow and some perfected gear. Scoria. Mother's Sorrow. My God! What the fuck? Do you... Oh my God. Excuse my French. Sorry. Everyone plays Outcast builds. I haven't actually enjoyed the game in almost 2 years. Platinum the game right before Elsewhere dropped and quit. All I do is go in, house the board right. Changes to PvP, killed it too. Right. I used to play every day too. They're better off making an Elder Scrolls 6. ESO is dead unless a new game. It's no longer fun. It's all sorrow and perfected false god. Right. Absolutely. 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 This is the problem. And when somebody's going to ask, why is the Elder Scrolls dying? Like, here's the thing. The devs can't even figure it out. Like, well, we're putting out new content. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I when I did the survey, I said, lore is great. The environments are awesome. What's the point? Why am I doing it? Why? What's awaiting me? The shit I'm going to throw away. The stuff I'm just going to decon, trash, not do anything with. Hell, I don't even need crafting materials anymore because crafting has gone poof out the window. And these are what I'm saying. Now, are there ways to rectify this? Yes. You know, there are. And I don't think the devs are quite up to the task of figuring it out, to be honest with you. But, you know, the problem is it still remains. It's still present. And there's there's no clear sign or anything that's going to, in the near 4 or 5 months at least, that's going to say, yes, okay, we learned our lesson, bad, because we can't do that to the trial players because the trial players would be really upset. And it's like, okay, if you guys want to have your numbers down from, I don't know, hundreds of thousands to 1,000 or 2, be my guest. Be my guest. Be my guest. Be my guest. Put your game to the test. I feel like ZeniMax just gave up trying to be honest, right? Yeah, there's no point anymore. Devs aren't very bright. Yeah, they're not all there. I will say that. I don't think they're there. I think they're skilled, but I don't think they're there. I think there's a couple things missing. I don't know, creativity being one of them, or at least common sense even as well. Creativity is actually there. So I won't say it was creativity, but just common sense. Something to say, oh, you know what? Cause and effect? I don't know. But why am I not playing Elder Scrolls Online? Now everybody knows. I don't think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people tune in to other channels to see if anything's changed. I don't think that these content creators, when people watch them, that people are really playing the game as frequently as they claim. I think people just keep going to them to see, is there anything new to put me back into ESO? And typically the answer is no. And people just watch it and like, okay, well, guess I'll skip this DLC. That was great. You know, that's what it is. That's the truth. Like it or lump it. You can't deny it. You know, you can like it or lump it, but you can't deny it. And that's the state of ESO. So, is ESO dying? Yes. Is it on its deathbed? It's pretty close. Not on life support yet, but it's checking in. And is it going to get resolved anytime soon? I highly doubt it. Yeah, the world and views are amazing, but it got boring. Problem is not enough people are creating their own builds. They all need outcasts to tell them what to wear. Well, and that's the problem, because at the end of the day, when you take diversity out of something and people just do the same thing to chase for the best gear, what's there after that? Because there's no lockouts. There are no lockouts in trials in ESO. Linear games have lockouts for a reason. They want players to keep playing the flipping game. They're like, hey, we can't let them acquire all of this, because if they do, we're screwed. Because they'll cancel until the next update. So we got to keep them playing to keep them paying. And ZeniMax is like, you know what? Let's go for, instead of an open-ended system like we have, let's try to go linear. And guess what? They'll be able to get all their stuff in a day or two. Yay! And where's our money? What? Where's our money? Hey, we just came out with new content. Where's our money? Nobody's playing it, so nobody's paying for it. Duh. Da 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 da. So there you guys have it. I don't know what to tell everybody, man. David, what's up? Boring, right? Yeah, it's like, come on, man. How you doing, David? David, you still have to post the link to your channel on my comments, man. I need that. I need it. But anyways, yeah, at the end of the day, you can go through this, just click on everything you want, and it's the same stuff. Let's see. This is 3 months. PvE build. Let's see what this dude's got. This is a different guy. We'll see. Magica.
Jo, was geht, Leute, und herzlich willkommen zurück zu...
And he's foreign.
Und, das ist klar. Allein... nicht bespielen können. Die kriegen wir natürlich nur durch...
See if anybody in another country is running anything different.
Keine Frage. Speziell mit der Synergie, größere... natürlich kein... es ist halt so, wie es ist. Okay. Gear-technisch. Wir sind immer noch bei der Mutterträne. Mutterträne gibt uns Max Mana, Crit. Ja? Ihr versteht, was ich meine?
Oh my god, Mother Sorrow.
Wenn ihr ihn habt, wäre cool, denn sobald ihr ihn
Alright.
macht ihr extra Schaden. Allerdings DPS da ihr droppen, weil ihr
Maelstrom, not surprised.
Mehr billig, aber immer aktiv. Kriegt ihr in Wadenfell im Overland, während ihr Muttertränen tatsächlich im Overland von Deshan bekommt.
Oh my gosh. It's the same shit! It's all I find! God dang it! Even the foreigners are using the same shit. I comment on your channel video gaming. Okay. What's your take on Copa? You know what? They're always... People's going to try to regulate everything, aren't they? Isn't that the way of the world? You know? You have freedom of speech, but guess what? We're going to regulate some things. We're going to have some changes. My take on it is, you know, it's always going to be trying to, like, maintain the most revenue possible with the most restrictions, and you know, that's the way of the world. You know, I don't do this for money. I know a lot of people do it for a living. I do not, but it's unfortunate. I give ESO a max of 2 years before the close due to bankruptcy. Yeah, everyone's playing BDO. BDO is a great game, but it's just too grindy. I like the combat in Black Desert. I like the guild versus guild. I like a lot of the open world with no load screens. There's a lot of things about Black Desert Online I really admire, but I don't like the skill gap. You know, that's the only thing I don't appreciate in the never-ending grind of Black Desert Online. That's the best part about Black Desert is the open world PvP. Black Desert PvP in the open world is amazing. It's amazing. But there's such a skill gap. If you're not on top of it, somebody's a level. It could be the same level. But if the gear's there, if the gear isn't there, you're dead. Yeah, the grind is real struggle. Yeah, the grind is terrible. It's terrible. You can't get to enjoy the other, classes. That's the problem in Black Desert. Black Desert, I would love to play it. I have it, but I just don't play it because, I can't get to enjoy all the other classes. You're always struggling to, try to keep up on one. That's what the problem within itself, especially when you're farming. So, yeah, that shit's real. No, ow. Too much. Too much. But that's only deterrent from Black Desert. And then not only that, if you're not PvP, if you're not in a good PvP guild, you're kind of hosed, because, you know, that's the end game in Black Desert. It's all about the PvP and the nodes. So, you know, that's the end game. But overall, though, the combat's very good. The spec system, amazing. Open world, like I said, it's got a lot of perks. Pearl Abyss just kind of just, you know, Western culture. All I can say, it's different. I only made 2 tunes. Then I'm just like, I can't make more. Right. I doubt they fix it. That's the Asian gaming market, is grind your life away. Work and come home and grind. You don't need to reprocreate. Sit and play. So, yeah. No, that's the reality of the situation. But honestly, I think ESO, in the end, I do give it a. I think it'll sustain itself for a little while, but I don't think it won't be making any money. And sooner or later, we'll start seeing development. I say probably within another year, unless they get their act together. I anticipate another year. The DLC pacing will start slowing down. Not the chapters. I think the chapters will still be annual, but we will see a reduction in DLC content in one form or the other. ESO is the perfect casual MMO, not too grindy, pretty. Yeah, it is. It really is. The problem of it is nobody's playing the new content. It's pointless. That's what's killing the game. Like, nobody wants to play it anymore. Everybody's like, why? You know, I can get all my stuff. Yeah, Dave's been around since launch on console, so, or even longer. But yeah, Dave's been playing ESO for a long time. So yeah, I like ESO, and I do, but you know, I'm just going to be real. It's like, why don't I do content? What content is there to tell you? Because here's the deal, it's all here. Like, when I was doing content creating, you've only been on console. When I was doing content creating, I pushed the bounds. See, look at this. This dude, oh my god. Magicka DPS. I love it because it's just Magicka DPS gear. It's generalized. Look, gotta go to this fucking dumbass. And the sad fact of it is, he probably isn't even that wrong. Shut up. Shut up. I hate your voice.
For Monster Helm set, you're going to go with Zahn. Again, this Dragonhold is just an overland sort of zone. There's across all different builds, no matter what sets that you are running. Body pieces or either
Scoria, I give up. Give me the fuck out of here. Get me out of here. It's perfected Scoria, Mother Sorrow, and Zahn. What class? Doesn't flipping matter what class. Put it on. I wear a Nightblade, Scoria and Mother Sorrow. I use a Necro, Scoria and Mother Sorrow. I use a Sork. Okay. This is what you use. Mother Sorrow and Necropotence. I have a Dragon Knight. Scoria and Mother Sorrow. It's like... And why? It's perfected. The perfected stat cannot be denied. It cannot be. Classes are highly overrated. Just wear the gear. Right. Classes? What? Class? Don't even matter. Yeah, there's a 2K difference. Oh, there's a 3K difference. Now, who gives a shit? Just put on the gear. Put it on. I tell you, put it on now. So there you have it. There's the game in a nutshell. Do not worry if you're a noob. Just grind the 800, take 2 days and get carried into a trial. Just sit there, DPS your little ass off, and we'll get you your perfected gear. And now you never have to touch the game until they come out with another perfected gear. Really? Yeah. It's awesome. What about the other dungeons? Psh, nobody does dungeons. That's for noobs. What about that other gear? Noobs. What about these other sets in these old areas? Noobs. It's none of it's significant anymore. It's pointless. Do not worry about it. There's your advice. You've been educated in the ways of ESO, my friends. So yeah, there you guys have it. Done and over with. Where is Elder Scrolls? In the trash. The guild I am in is called We As Noobs. Yes! 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 And don't get me wrong, I'm not cutting on my fellow content creators that I enjoy. It's just like these guys got their way. The meta players got their way. I'll be releasing 4-man builds. Oh, okay. Okay. The meta players got their way, and at the end of the day, there's no point. It's just a dead game, man. You know, it's a dead game. You know, it's just, unless something miraculous was to change, and oh my God, I want in. Yes. Yes. I'm going to make a guild. Oh, I'm not playing, but if I was, I'd be like, I'd make a guild called I Am Nub. I Am Nub. Anywho. So, Xbox NA. Xbox NA. At the end of the day, no, PS4. Hook a sister up. Yeah. But yeah, the game, I wish everybody the best continuing to play ESO. I'm not going to be doing it anytime soon because there's no point. There's no point to playing ESO, regardless of the scenario. You know, it's just like, look, here's a dude here. And using, is that Reliqueen too? Reliqueen. Yeah. So sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. Let's go check out this dude. Wait. I might. I know. Now I can't go to Sherman because I know Sherman doesn't do.
That's a good one.
Like
Introducing.
all the typical stuff.
Cześć, dzisiaj pokażę wam secik, to jest, warto na przykład zastanowić się nad setem Zagwina.
That son of a bitch! What dragon? Let's see. What's Dot's got?
At the minimum amount of damage and sustain I needed to be able to 1vx reliably, and then I pumped everything else into my...
That's PvP. Can't do that. It's crazy. Let's see what this dude's got too.
This patch is definitely the way to go.
Shut up. I don't give a shit. Shut up. Your voice is annoying.
We're using an MSA Resto. This is for the sustain. Front bar, we're using an MSA Lightning.
Okay.
This is for obviously damage.
I don't care. Shut up.
We have ice on taking down on top of us. Works for you on that easily. Going on the monster set, you usually have a problem with this if you feel a little bit too squishy or spawn. Besides that,
Necropotence, absolutely.
Jewelry, we have
Mother Sorrow.
Arcane. I have 2 Recover Warden. I'm gonna get Warden has so much sustain, and if you're a Breton, which I highly recommend being a Breton, you don't need these mag recovery. So I would go all spell damage. Punch, deep fusion, and
anything with a pet gets Necropotence.
The Fetcher Infection.
Anything doesn't gets the other shit.
Sprinter,
There you go. Once again, so unique. I'm so impressed. Snoop, miss you, brother. Hope you and the family are doing good. We've been doing really good. Morning, by the way. Yeah, I miss you guys, man, honestly. I just haven't been playing. I don't do pets in PvP. It's not bad, though. It's not bad. So, let me make sure my mic's on again. Yeah, it is. So, anyways, yeah, you could just go through it. It's the same shit. It's dying. The game is pretty much just in a state of disarray. And it's not because of the performance is somewhat of a factor. It's just nobody has anything to do, and everybody's like, well, there's tons of stuff to do. There's always all this new content. And I agree that the content's really well done. Like, the devs do put in the work for the content. The content's there. It just has no purpose. It just has no functionality. It has zero effect. It's like, look, I got all this new gear in this dungeon. I'm going to scrap it. And then I won't do anything with those materials because crafting is crap too right now. So, what am I doing? Why am I in here? And at the end of the day, people they want a reason to do content. They want a reason to do it. You can have the best content in the world, right? You can come out and trust you and me, the devs do great. The dungeons look amazing. I mean, honestly, the dungeons, the mechanics are simply amazing in ESO. Except the dragons. I'm disappointed with the dragons. They're just too generalized. They could have done something really cool with the dragons. I mean, yeah, they look different, but yeah. I was really disappointed. No. Anyways, so I will say this. The game overall has a lot of really cool elements, but unless players have purpose to do it, they're not really going to care to do it. And that's where the problem lies. The game is DS at Mystic, I admit it. Dead, Mystic, I admit it. Yeah. And it sucks. It's not dying, it's dead. Well, I mean, we haven't seen a funeral yet, but when the funerals when they start holding a, the last words. Yeah, it's all for the mats that just take up crafting space, right? Same on the dragons, I know. ESO became a linear gear game, right? What killed it for me was the core combat changes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I could see that too. I mean, I just feel like, the devs, like I said, the dragons, they could have done so much more. And then just the worst thing that they came out with was perfected anything. Like, here you go, trial players. No more diversity. We're going to give it all to you. And now everybody has to fall in line. Well, what about our new content? We don't need that. We are rewarding the trial players. That's all that matters in the game. Yay. Nobody's doing our dungeons. We don't care. Just keep making it. Yay. Nobody's doing it. Well, that's their loss. They're missing out on content. Why are we making it? It's costing money. It's for the players who want the skins. Yay. Keep rewarding the trial players. Keep doing it. Yay. I don't know, man. It's all about those skins, Mystic, any new upcoming MMOs. There's a couple of ones that I'm hoping to see. MMOs have kind of been slowly dying in development, and it's been a little problematic for me. And problem is console accessibility. The best 25 let's just put new MMOs 2019. Let's see what this website has to say. League of Angels. What the flip? What? Arcade. Arcade is actually doing pretty good. I'm not gonna lie about that. Naruto. What the? Why there was Neverwinter, Star Trek? Oh my gosh! Like who put this list together? Shut the. Whoever did this is stupid. Oh my god. Starbase, World of Warcraft Classic. Okay, and all upcoming MMOs. Legends of Aria. Haven't played it. March 21st, 2019. Pretty new. Starbase. All PC though. Sucks. World of Warcraft Classic. Fuck Blizzard. I mean, no Blizzard. Last Oasis. Pantheon. This looks good, especially for PC. Pantheon looks good. Final Fantasy Star Online 2. This is going to be so sick for Xbox. And this is going to be amazing because they did say that this will be coming out for PS4 later. And I do believe it is a full cross-platform game, if I'm not mistaken. So, if I'm not mistaken, it might be, but yeah, this is going to be sick coming up. Phantasy Star. That's going to be sick. Crowfall looks like it has potential. I was thinking about getting a Founders Pack and jumping in there, but Fractured. Once again, all like these major PC games, NCSoft Project TL. Tell you what, NCSoft needs a good title. It needs a damn good title. Lost Ark, PC. Chronix, see, most of this is all PC, I can tell you that right now. Infinite Realm, PC, though. Infinite Realm, Air does look like it has potential, but, you know. Identity, yeah. Ashes of Creation, I've given up hope on this game. Magic the Gathering, MMORPG. Say what? Oh, I've heard it. But to see it, oh my. PC only though. Oh my. Camelot Unchained, once again a game I've given up hope on. New World, bullshit. Don't get it. City of Titans, yeah, give up hope. Project Gorgon, no. Dark and Light, Xbox One. What? Okay. Life is Futile, crap. Even though it's sandbox, PC, blech. Destiny Sword, card game. It's not an MMO. Stop it. Lord of the Rings. This has gotten like a lot of traction. Lord of the Rings shit. So that's pretty much about it in a nutshell. A lot of PC games, man. Hercules. We all know Final Fantasy 14 is the king. It is, you know, unfortunately at the moment. Well, as far as like continuous content, but the PvP, once again, Final Fantasy 14, it draws in players, right, to play the story. But then after that, you're like, crap, because the PvP just stinks. Oh god, the PvP is horrible. Yeah, not much console love. Yeah, terrible, man. Really, really bad. You know, and that's the funny thing. Though I do see a lot of changes in that coming up, to be honest with you, because with the new PS5 and the new Xbox, with about a year away, the hardware that's put into these new consoles will actually promote future development for MMO titles. And you got to think a lot of the evolution of MMOs has dramatically changed throughout the last couple of years. Problem of it is the studios have gotten into cookie cutting their projects to keep the money flow moving in. So like Call of Duty, it's basically just reapplying, you know, old fixtures, increasing some of the residuals, and then guess what? Putting new mechanics or, you know, revamped mechanics in, and then basically getting people to buy. Same thing with Madden and all of these things, but now they have multiplayer features. So back in the day, we didn't have multiplayer features with a lot of these games, but multiplayer has become so prominent that every game has an MMO element to it. But the question of it is, what's more lucrative for the company? Just cut, copy, and paste. That's the way of the gaming world. And MMOs are usually built ground up, so a lot of companies are, are a little, how should I say, very reluctant to take the initial investment opportunity. But the thing about an MMO, when you do an MMO right, it's more lucrative in the long run because it has more it sustains better than short end games. But what can you tell people? Anyways, I got to get going, guys. MMOs are now played by all ages, more diverse groups of people. Right. MMOs definitely are the funny thing is older MMOs are making a comeback. That's the crazy thing. It's the older titles that are getting a lot more noticed, but they're just being ate up too quick. It's like people are going in, eating up the content, then bailing. And that's one of the things that prompted World of Warcraft, because the evolution of the original World of Warcraft took a left somewhere where people didn't like the game anymore. And they're like, well, how do we go ahead and, get players to enjoy World of Warcraft again? Because we seem to be just keep screwing up. Well, let's just bring out the old version of it. Absolutely. Now everybody's diving back into the old content. But it's content I've already played. So even if I didn't hate Blizzard, which I do, even if I didn't hate Blizzard, why in the heck would I play content I've already played years ago? And there's no element of surprise whatsoever. It's like, yeah, Molten Core, been there. Blackwing Lair, been there. Onyxia's Lair, been there. You know what I'm saying? Burning Crusades is out. Karazhan all over again. Yay! It's like... No. So, whatever. When Magic rumored to release Magic's, I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that. I got to get going though. I got to be somewhere in like 12 minutes. A lot of people are looking for nostalgia. In some case, didn't get to play it as a kid. Kind of. Oh yeah, that's true. I personally just, I don't want to relive those grueling moments. I mean, literally, we would be in raids for like 6 to 8 hours. It was a job on weekends. I mean, you had a weekly reset, and it was, Thursdays were reset days? And weekends, you'd have your Saturday raid nights, and you'd sign up by Wednesday. Thursday got your approval if you made the raid team, the slot, and then Saturday everybody was on. There was no excuses. If you didn't no-showed or you didn't cancel out the slot, and you couldn't replace yourself. You couldn't just say, "Oh, this person's filling in for me." No. That's not how it goes. So by that time, and you do everything days in advance to make sure you had all your mats and all your, all the potions and everything you needed for the raid. So it was terrible, man. It was a lot of it was just time consuming, very time consuming. And at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, I don't miss it. I just don't. I don't want to. And that's one thing I loved about Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls just had this more casual. I honestly think the week lockout could have benefited the trial players in the long run and the game. Had they saw into the crystal ball of, we're going to make the game linear eventually, so maybe we should go ahead and put weekly lockouts on the game. Because eventually, nobody gave a crap about a linear game. Everybody was like, what's ESO? We can come out with a ton of different stuff. It doesn't matter. So they're like, so we don't need a lockout system. And had they known that they were going to come out with perfected gear and this linear bullshit, they should have actually just, went to a fortune teller to say, go with a lockout system now. All right. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. The lockout is a good idea. Too bad they didn't think of it. Well, they didn't have the crystal ball, It's perfection. So Hercules, David, Snoop, Freya, all of you guys, thank you for stopping in today. ESO, Zoss, I don't know what to tell you guys. Call me. Everybody have a good day.